Record. Full screen.
Right.
And we're gonna wait for.
Kind of low on the water today, but there is a water cooler outside if anybody is thirsty. Restrooms are on the.
I brought my own.
Yeah. Otherwise, just make yourself comfortable.
You're at Simmons as well.
Yeah,
Okay. Right. What was your name?
I'm Sebastian.
Okay, I'm Michael. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're a gamer?
I usually play computer games, but
Right.
yeah.
Like what?
Civilization.
Mm-hmm.
I started with Civ 3, and I guess Civ 3 is still my favorite, but I play Civ 4 now.
There's no local co-op in Civ, is there? Or
You can play multiplayer.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hot seat.
For my food, I haven't had lunch
Okay.
yet, sorry.
There's hot seat in Civ.
Right. Right. I didn't think you were gonna show.
Yeah, I got out of the other
You got your priorities straight.
How are you doing? My food. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get all my crumpling out of the way before it takes through.
Yeah. It's really forward.
I don't think I've been in here since everything got unpacked. It's really great to see
You can see everything.
everything.
It's out of the boxes,
Yeah.
but it's still stacked on top of each other.
Yeah, but still, it's progress.
Oh, there he is.
I need you to sign in, actually. Oh, okay.
The man of the hour.
And then accept my friend request. Is it just Indikai? Is it just Indikai? Yep. ILYK, yeah? Okay, alright.
Hey,
No, you're gonna...
Good.
that was
Hi.
Vegas and the Great
I'm
Game.
looking.
But I got a cold and I still didn't get rid of it.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Is that bad?
Good. Nice.
Vegas is crazy.
It is crazy, huh? Where did you stay at?
The Planet Hollywood.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Fine thing.
Okay, I'm ready for Christmas.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's a little lazy.
Definitely.
I'm ready to switch my email off.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Just...
We were gonna screen
Are you
cap
really
your password.
That's what I
right now it's only casting that.
I've kept it.
So,
Well, auto
yeah, no one can see it.
Everyone look away. I don't know if the buttons light up.
No, they
No.
don't.
Oh no!
Also,
That's very, very secure.
apparently.
Because the coins
Is also, I think about it is this interesting approach. I think the drawings it. This one is also,
That's right, you're part of the problem.
yeah. So kind of like just, I don't know which way to do it. Just switch off. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, Illy K.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
way.
so-
I've been trying to change it for ages, but something's wrong.
Okay, so I'm gonna have this
Yes.
Wait, so who's Illy Kai?
Also me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Just
No.
realize what
I need to.
every people
I don't think
Yeah.
you'll ever get them to merge.
Okay.
No. Like, you know,
Alright.
No, I'll never be able to get to merge them, but
But you
if I
can-
could change the password for the other one, if I could change the
Interesting.
if I could change the gamer tag for one of them, then I could change the other one.
Yeah, well that's gonna cost you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I'll pay $30,
Yeah.
but it won't let me put money on my old account.
Can you
So I can't do the
different
change.
feedback?
I don't already did.
Oh, okay.
Or he doesn't have a say in this. Now you're on me.
Oh, great.
That's weird. That's weird because it hasn't shown up.
Huh. I definitely did.
It's like both of you signed out, so I think you need to sign in as well.
This is Ilikai.
Yeah, you need to sign in with controller.
Okay. But we can do that when we're ready to play, otherwise it might sign me out again.
You should both be able to sign in.
Okay.
It makes me too anxious.
Yeah, we should be able to sign in, but I think
Keyboard's right there.
I think it's kicked us out for.
No, because you need to hang on to your key to your controller. You can't just swap controllers.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're replacing one user with another user.
Because they just took up too much.
Something like that.
And I do, I mean, but I don't know, you probably are better at following things. Like if somebody sends me a link, I'll look and bookmark and then file it.
That's good. That's better.
No, I just hit something wrong.
We can even just
I'm
sign in
pretty
as guest.
No wait, no wait.
It's
I think it's I think it's another.
Different.
Yeah.
email address.
I think so.
No.
And I think I don't know anybody else that feeling anymore.
I was
The
I
email
was
address,
amazed
but it's right, but I think it's
that my box
this.
wasn't flooded. I was people were actually good about not
Ooh. I have this small set of rotating passwords, so I just go through every single one.
Actually, escape out of this. Let's get
It's like
We can just log in as guest, and then that'll let us both use my Xbox Live.
No, everyone needs a gold account to make this work.
Oh, seriously?
Yes.
Oh.
That's the
Oh,
problem.
you were trying this before?
No, it's stated in. Okay, all right. So you are signed in as player 1 right now. Right. So this is your
Yeah.
controller. Which one?
So, I have definitely done this from home with several people.
Yeah. No, but the fact is that you're not doing it on the same
but I actually
machine, right?
it's good if they do a lot like that. They must get, I'm sure you can see it on
Okay, but according to the manual, that's not gonna work for combo co-op.
Oh, really?
Yes. We can give it a shot. We can give it a shot. Because I can't invite you to. I can't invite a guest to combo co-op.
Okay, I have the password. Should I type it somewhere?
Yeah, I can't invite that. I can't invite LK1 to.
You were so right.
Yes, it is.
Just tweet it.
No, I live with them.
Oh.
Yes, I know. We were like 9
What? They're making you
Is that right?
update.
Didn't he tweet like I sneezed at
No, I
the
didn't.
monitor or
It's,
something?
oh, I thought it said the update was there already.
I think we've like constantly discussing each other's
Oh,
secrets.
no.
I'm just doing it here.
Yeah.
Look away. I'm jumping around a little extra here.
Yeah, you're fooling everybody.
Yeah. Come on.
Hey!
Okay. Sign in.
I don't recognize that avatar.
It's my surfer guy because I've only used the US account when we were in San Francisco,
I got
so
it here.
he has a wetsuit.
Which one are you using?
Hard drive.
Okay. Oh, and you want to use?
me.
Hard drive. Okay. So campaign. In fact, okay, all right, and now I should be able to just invite you. Both. So let's see.
I don't want to be Champagne Patty's friend.
Wait, hold on. No, I just invited you. I just invited.
I was thinking I recognized
before,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh right. Yeah. Good. What was your name?
I'm Sebastian.
TL. Yeah. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Am I
That was
really?
Did you come because of that?
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh, good. Yeah, cool. I sent a friend to our house this the credit games
Are you player 1 here? Or am I?
I'm playing true.
Do I have to take the invite as well?
Yes, I have to invite both of you separately.
Okay, I
So
didn't
let me
get
send you
one
an
though.
invite as well. Yeah.
But can't I just join?
Super senior.
I am not convinced you can.
Can I try?
Sure, go right ahead.
Yeah. No, it's a nice sort of secondary.
On this one?
Yeah.
Themes or. No, actually.
Join session in progress.
Classes
Sure.
are over Thursday.
Oh, is that?
Wednesdays.
Oh, is everybody clear out?
Well,
I managed to get him on earlier.
It's only saying the two.
Alright.
we can always use spot notes.
The email to me, which might highly I can last minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not nice.
Well, I think he bought a Wii U still, so I think he's gonna try to Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, we've done the board game nights, but not so many people come. So.
Because I've already created a party, so you should be able to just join the session in progress.
Maybe,
Don't create a party.
Maybe it's because we
I know, like when he was teething, then he was sick, and now he's just
maybe I
like,
need to
There's always relapse.
kick
Always
me out
relapse.
of
I know, and then like you train him and get him and this.
And then daylight savings.
Can I remove somebody from a party? I think what's going on.
Sign out, but I doubt that's a problem. Let me try this one more time. Let me try this a different way. Alright, we have...
So is this lesson that multiplayer is hard?
Yes.
Well, we're going above and beyond with the Crazy 2 Xbox 2 players
is that
in
what's
each
happening?
setup.
Wait, hang on. Why is start campaign locked?
Oh, because you can only click that first start campaign thing if you have only one controller and one person signed in.
Really?
Yes. Alright. So I just invited Mikael.
Okay.
You should be getting some sort of prompt, some sort of invite.
Nada.
Do you have it set to not accept invites from outside sources?
No, it's just friends only. Invite friends.
So sweet.
I meant on Mikael's side. You can block invites.
I don't think so, but work.
Are you on the same friends list?
Like every time, like
Okay,
What was
alright.
that about Xbox Live parties being blocked?
helmet faces down, or they.
Alright.
Xbox Live parties
It
are
was
blocked.
so cute.
Change your privacy
Ah.
online settings, go to settings, privacy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Where is that?
Better change it.
Oh, tell me about it.
Maybe system settings.
Privacy,
Now I'm a
security.
little better, but like some like
So it's not, is it actually local co-op or is it online and then local?
It's online and
A
local
combination
co-op.
of the two.
I had him at it earlier.
That hurts my brain.
Oh my god.
Nope.
Like zero sports. Like yeah, I did.
It's probably
You can manage what you're exercising.
account management.
Like I had a stomach flu combined with.
Nope.
My
Nope.
better notifications.
I don't know. I mean, exiting this maybe.
Okay, alright, hold on. Let me just try adding.
Spiritual.
Oh wait, if I can
what
do
is
that,
going on here?
so
And the message I got.
then I know the process is correct. Then.
It was like,
This is what
think about how
neglect.
you treat me. Really? And I was like, okay, probably right.
Yeah.
So, and I swore to myself.
I'll
that I
go
would
to
actually
the
do that.
party.
But
Join
I'm
the party.
not atheist.
There we go, fill the time.
You're
No,
right.
Back,
no,
is it
yeah,
right there?
there we go.
Like,
Join
I've
the
never
party.
in my life
I know
ever
it's
beat
cold.
that cool.
Third party end game.
Yeah.
But it may be blocking me from doing that because
No, it works.
It worked.
But it's
Oh,
hard.
really?
You're in.
So,
No, it's
so
we're
does
in,
it mean-
Philip, come on.
So you
We're
can
in.
books for
Theoretically.
Okay, it's a
Christmas?
party.
Well, I need food.
Yeah, totally see you.
Somebody?
Yo!
So we have 3 friends.
But-
you guys celebrate.
Owen can invite me to the party.
Can I?
Yeah, because you're on my friends list. No, wait. What weirdo privacy settings do I have so I don't take invites from?
Notification settings, that's where it's gonna be.
You don't seem to be here.
What settings?
Notification
Maybe
settings?
if you do that.
Go to your,
Maybe do you have
not
Christmas
under
in
the
your
actual
last
console, it should be under your account.
I've done it a few times.
Okay. How do I get to
No,
that?
no, as long as
No
you
button
cool,
again.
That's cool.
I
yeah,
guess
I
they
think
changed
like
it. Probably,
Chat and I
You
am.
know, but you know what? I used to actually have a routine
What was
with
the
the
account?
of like just going and getting in because at the end of the stuff on the
Yeah, it
site,
could be
it's
account
always like,
management actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'll go to the movies.
Good. Change your
I mean,
privacy
I
on online
would-
settings.
it's
Go to
one
settings,
thing
privacy.
and then
That's a good point.
Yeah, but there
actually
isn't a
allow
privacy.
In
Go over
settings.
to, go over to the part again,
Is it account
and then account management. It might be the subset settings.
So last time.
Okay, then I'm
Yeah, exactly.
jumping out of this.
The game is over.
My goodness.
Like I love how they have moms and family drama.
Yeah.
things.
Good
Payment.
that Teal's taking notes to
No.
report back.
Oh yeah. On your sandwich.
Yeah.
It's definitely not
Like
here.
I thought that.
Oh,
You know,
no,
so
wait.
we at least have these Christmas things where you drink wine.
I was wondering if it's.
You know, like these
Go
kind
all
of
the way over to settings and see if there's anything in there.
Maybe just hang
Oh,
out.
the
like,
top
go for
bar,
a walk and
Jesus.
drink a hot
So
wine.
easy.
Like,
Speaking of UI
like that's
design.
all
Ooh.
a lot of Christmas.
Privacy, oh my God.
Walking around and it's
It
like,
exists.
This is what here then, like.
No, there's not much. But yeah, movies and Indian food and long walk.
That's good.
I think I'm ready for some.
Change.
Yeah, we'll see.
Adult? You're
Do
an
you want
adult.
a team? I think we can do team.
I don't know. Like I don't see this going.
That's okay. So that should be okay, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so.
Should be, yeah.
I thought he was here since you guys were talking about schnapps all day on Twitter.
What?
I was just-
Do you
Talking
think
about it.
none of us see that?
We do. You just don't see it actually, you only see
So,
So you guys already had schnapps today?
I haven't had any
Oh,
oh great.
I don't drink schnapps in my office alone, I just have it at my desk.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to invite both of you.
We need to sign in again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
It's
no,
his
yeah,
fault,
yeah.
he brings it back.
You both sign in, but then don't start the game.
Yeah,
Stuff.
And I'll
Okay.
just
Maybe it
invite
would
you to
make
the
me
game.
not be as sick anymore.
It does have that
Okay.
capability
It
actually.
would probably burn through my body and just like kill me.
If your insides are already dead, and you can't feel anything.
Does something special happen with 4-player Halo that
Well, it's just that you don't really see four
More
player
Halo.
Well, there's
more Halo.
there's vehicles that take 4 people.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's cool.
Oh my
Also,
god.
you can, like,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
This doesn't seem like such a weird thing to want
Can
to do.
you go back a step?
Shooting power.
Okay. Now.
Cutting through the
Wait,
crowd.
I'm not in.
Like, I don't know, I haven't played Halo in a long time, but for people with 2 people,
What do you know?
that's what I'm saying. In
What do you
years.
actual work is it?
It happened. It was hard.
Oh no. Yeah. I think you just logged. Owen out. I think at the dashboard only one person can be logged in.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No.
No, I'm
Okay.
I'm definitely sure you can be 2 on that.
Michael, do you know if that monitor has made its way to my office yet?
I'm not sure which monitor you're talking about.
Okay.
Did you talk to Rick about something?
Yeah,
or-
he said you were gonna bring it over.
Yeah, he didn't forward that along to me. Sorry. Do you know what he said?
No worries.
Okay, so I'm gonna
I
invite
just
both
bought
of
one
you
of
to
the
this
monitors
party.
you guys have laying around.
Okay.
The 27
Yeah.
inch Dell monitors? Or?
Yeah, with one of the arms.
He'll be back
It doesn't
on
say
Monday,
which
so
one.
I'll be off on Monday
No,
morning.
no,
Oh,
player
yeah.
one, player one.
It's just
Yeah,
us.
sorry.
It
He,
says
Oh
player
yeah,
one.
that's
we were,
true.
I think
I
he
was
was
only here with
Funny
him for
name. Oh, good.
one day on Friday, and then he went off to the conference, so he probably
gonna
just
work.
forgot in the
Yeah.
shuffle.
I'm so excited.
And the screen just went off.
Yeah, Monday morning, no problem. I just want to be sure that I don't grab one that he had reserved for something
Yeah.
else. It might even be the one that Philip's using right now, actually.
Well,
Oh,
there it
okay,
is.
right. It's kind of hard.
Okay, you can
so I told him yes and then
do
I
the.
realized, oh, wait,
I think that it's.
significance.
I think that you may.
Do you think
I'm a
what-
little
It is.
worried if this one. No, no, this.
How much? What do you have at home?
That sounds too
Not
easy.
bigger than that.
That one's a 24 inch.
Yeah.
1920 by 1200. It's the one I have at home
Might have one of
too.
these.
We have that in our living room now.
Oh my god.
Oh my
It's so
God.
good.
It's so good. It was like, our apartment in Simmons is furnished.
Okay, we're all
Good
in.
lord.
And then
Yes.
Pillows.
Yes, we are in.
Yay.
All right. Nobody touch anything. Presentation first.
Okay, Philip, do some stuff.
Yes, I just need the TV remote control.
Yeah, there's plenty of other people.
Okay, so thanks for everyone for bearing with us and for waiting for us to get that sorted out. This is the future of couch co-op. Configurations and online profiles and passwords apparently. I'd like to introduce you Mikael Jakobsson. He's a visiting professor here at MIT, and he's been studying couch co-op for a while now, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about the second player. And I'm going to turn this camera so that people on the screen can see your
And I'm
face.
standing here somewhere, I think.
Yeah, that works. I'm just going to turn it up. Oh my goodness, you're pretty tall.
And also, that screen isn't
Oh,
really
right. Let me just fix that.
Gorillas penguins pretty cute there.
Oh, I have cuter
This
in my
is
presentation.
Did I just break this thing? No, okay, alright, there we go. Let me switch this over.
You missed 20 minutes of setting up 4-player co-op Halo.
Okay, alright.
Okay. Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm going to do sort of a mini talk on a project that I've been working on for a while, but it's still sort of far from completed. So these are sort of early observations that I thought I'd share with you, and maybe you can have some feedback as well. The title of the talk is The Second Player. The project is on co-located cooperative play, so what we sometimes call just couch co-op. So people playing together in the same room on the same screen. So could look something like this, for instance. So what I come from interaction design and then sort of got into game studies from there. So to me, this is a very sort of rich and interesting object of study because there's interaction on many levels going on. So we have the guys here sort of in the couch or in the vicinity of the screen interacting with each other. We have their characters on screen interacting with each other, and then there's also in this kind of setup also always sort of the aspect of spectatorship present as well. In this case, we also have mom and dad who are ready to jump in, hot seating Dead Nation here on the NES. It's a very early build of Dead Nation. So sometimes the there's a little bit of that. Sometimes the in-game interaction, like here, we have Portal 2 and we have the two robots high-fiving, is parallel to the interaction outside of the game. And here we also can see the problem with 3-player co-op. There's always someone left hanging. But it's these sort of different layers of interaction that I find interesting. Moving on. And sometimes the way the interaction works is related to how the game itself is designed. So if we look at, for instance, this image is from, or is a representation of a GameCube game called Zelda 4 Swords. So the way that game worked is, apart from being able to hook up your Game Boys with link cables, so it's sort of the Wii U gamepad 10 years before the Wii U gamepad, but a little more advanced since you can actually hook up 4 controllers. It's pretty something. The way the game worked is you were 4 different links of different colors, and you went through dungeons together, and you had the same goal of getting through the dungeon and getting back to the village. But it turns out when I've been interviewing people about how they play this game, that some more what we tend to call like hardcore gamers, that category of gamers, had a different view of the game than I had, because they said, well, that game is just unplayable. We didn't make it through the first dungeon. So I realized then that even if there's nothing in the game explicitly saying that you shouldn't collaborate, there is we can call it props and equipment available for not collaborating. So you can, for instance, pick up and handle explosives. You can also pick up and handle each other, which means that you can throw each other around. And some of the dungeons have cliffs that you can fall off, or in their case get thrown off, which just meant that even if they knew that the goal was to get through the level together, they just never really got there. Well, when I was playing the game together with my middle-aged academic friends, we we never really realized that could be an issue. No one even really tried to throw anyone else off the cliff. We did fight a little bit over the rupees that you pick up, but that was pretty much it. But there is that aspect of the game, and it comes through in at the end of each level. There's a scoring where you get scored for having the most rupees, the most coins, I think, and then there's also one where you get to vote who you think contributed most to the team, and then there's an overall winner out of the 4 links that were collaborating. So depending on partly what's in the game, but also the mentality of the gamers, sort of what's in their minds, and sort of the mood the players are in, the gameplay outcome can be very even different in the same games. Another example of something similar is the Xbox Live Arcade game Castle Crashers, where you collaborate going through the levels, fighting the monsters and opponents, but then when you finish the boss, you're suddenly turned towards each other in kind of an arena battle to fight for the princess, and then you realize that whoever you let have the best weapon, because there's only one of each weapon that you unlock through the stages, have a bit of an advantage there, and the outcome of the arena battle might sort of affect how you feel about your collaboration partners when you go into the next level. And generally, there's sort of more and more of a rush to get the weapons the further in you get in the game. Okay, so that was a little bit about what I find interesting with couch co-op in general, the interaction layers. Then I thought I'd talk a little bit more specifically about what we could call representational asymmetry. So that is the fact that often when co-op has been implemented in games, player 1 and player 2 isn't implemented the same way. They aren't clones of each other. So, for instance, it can be kind of an invisible handicap, like here in Lego Star Wars. So the Lego game series is very successful and is sort of known for the co-op aspect of the game. And here, player 1 and player 2 differs in the way that it's only player 1 that actually makes progress in the game. They own the game save, and it's also only player one that gets the achievements in the games. So there is some kind of idea in the mind of the developers that player one should have some kind of privileges, and in the case of Traveler's Tales that makes these games, it's clearly stated that it's made for grown-ups and children to be able to play together, and then the grown-up is supposed to be the one who sort of owns the experience. Then in this game called Death Spank, they've sort of taken it one step further. So here player one plays as the main character Death Spank. That's the guy with all the armor that's fighting in the middle. And the second player has to play as a wizard character called Sparkles. And Death Spank is the one who, for instance, gets all the armor upgrades and the weapon upgrades. Also, Sparkles can't have conversations with NPCs and get new quests. And in the cutscenes, it's only Death Spank that's talking. And Sparkles also doesn't have his own life meter. So when Sparkles gets hit, life is taken out from Death Spank instead. So and Sparkles has some ranged spells, but he also has the ability to heal Death Spank. So he's clearly put in the role of being support to Death Spank. And the term girlfriend mode was thrown around a lot when this game was released, but I don't think the developers ever used it themselves, so there wasn't a big sort of hubbub about it, like what happened later with Borderlands 2 that I'll get to. But still, there was sort of that idea that maybe this was a game that guys could play together with their girlfriends, and the girlfriend couldn't mess it up too much. Oh, and if you wonder why there are two Sparkles, it's because Sparkles has a clone ability, so he can clone himself, throw fire in two directions. So here's a comment from a website discussing the Death Spank game. The couch co-op is sadly really only a girlfriend thing. I can't see a fully fledged card-carrying gamer being satisfied with playing as the second player. Poof the Wizard, or whatever his name is called. But seriously, my girlfriend loves it. No sexism, just my experience with it. By the way, sexism. But that's sort of how people were talking about the game. I want to show one more example. This is Super Mario Galaxy for the Wii. So at least Sparkles got to have sort of his own corporeal representation, a body on the screen. In Super Mario Galaxy, they took it one step further, and player 2 is only a cursor that looks like that star, the blue star there. So player 1 gets to be Mario, jump around and everything. Player 2 can't shoot star bits at enemies, can't hold the enemies so they can't move while Mario is jumping on them or something like that. And also they can do sort of a collaborative double jump to jump higher. And so then if you think about what is Nintendo's idea of who the second player is, I think it's something like this. So we're definitely in the territory of player 2 maybe being a kid that's slightly too old to be satisfied with just playing on a controller that's not hooked up to anything, but too young to really be able to take part in the experience without messing it up too much. So then we get to, there was a bit of a controversy when Borderlands was released, and they had it's a DLC package, so you can buy, or if you pre-order the game, you get a fifth playable character in the game, which is the Necromancer. This is the concept art, and I have a quote from the lead designer. The design team was looking at the concept art and thought, you know what, this is actually the cutest character we've ever had. I want to make, for the lack of a better term, the girlfriend skill tree. I love Borderlands and I want to share it with someone, but they suck at first-person shooters. Can we make a skill tree that actually allows them to understand the game and to play the game? So one of the abilities of this character is something that makes you, when you miss something that you're shooting at, there's a ricochet, so the bullet actually hits the character anyway. And there are some other abilities as well, like putting out turrets that shoot for you and stuff like that. That is sort of pointing in that direction of someone less skilled being able to play as this character. And this, I think, this was in an interview with Eurogamer, and because he said the girlfriend skill tree thing, it was sort of picked up by Games Press, and they were starting to discuss this and sexism among game developers. And there was also some who were defending them. This is from the website VentureBeat, a games writer wrote, "Girlfriend mode is by its very nature inclusive. It doesn't tell anyone to shut up and go away. It's designed to bring people in, make them comfortable, and make it easier to participate. Nobody's required to play a Necromancer. It's not for gamers, male or female. It's for people who want to play with gamers." So, of course, there is no malicious intent from the side of the developers, but I still feel that there is a problem here. There is a reproduction of ideas of limiting the possibilities of women in society and in media, and also this idea of ideals being those that happen to be the ideals of men. So I'm one way of thinking of it is in terms of My Fair Lady, where this character, Professor Higgins, is taken on the task of making the flower girl Eliza fit into high society. So we can think of high society as being like hardcore gamers, and there being an assumption that they will be more successful and happier if they're more like us, and we just need to help them climb this ladder to get to where they can be like us. And I think that's problematic, of course, but I also feel like there is something valuable in those efforts as well. So I think what I would like to do is experiment more with the sort of asynchronous or asymmetric representation of characters in couch co-op, but try to take it away from gender stereotypes and other stereotypes, and maybe create more less loaded but still characters and game modes and opportunities to play together, even if you don't have the exact same idea about what gaming is or should be. And I think I have a final quote here from Simone de Beauvoir from her book The Second Sex from 1949, I think, and I switched out a few words, but basically this is what she said, and I think that these are words to live by. Player one is not a natural species, he is a historical idea. Player two is not a completed reality, but rather a becoming, and it is in her becoming that her possibilities should be defined. Thank you. So questions or comments? Yes.
It's kind of odd that in the whole discussion of the Borderlands thing, there's this assumption that no serious gamer will want to play that mode. And same thing with the Deathfang thing. Whereas, I mean, it seems like there should be a subsection of serious gamers, people who define and define themselves as a gamer, who hang on to that gamer identity, who really want to play as many different modes as they can.
I mean, after it came out, there was actually more discussion about how that class was overpowered. So, many people don't think about gaming in terms of balancing between your characters. They just think about which is the character that does the most damage, and she happened to be very good because she was boosted a bit. And I think it is in the relation between how games get read and understood and played after they are released, and connecting that back to designer intentions and how we can make better design choices. That's a very complicated sort of relationship, but that's also what I think is really interesting. Was there more hands on it?
Yeah, I was just wondering if maybe the sort of difficulty, especially with the more complex kind of first-person shooter type games, the difficulty in bringing new players in, if that also isn't somehow a symptom of the kinds of single-player experiences that are available. And what I mean by that is just that there was a time when I was an entry-level FPS gamer, and I started off with GoldenEye, which is that's a simplified control scheme. Then with each console generation, a couple more buttons get added, and you can push the sticks in, and there's a function map to that. But there's sort of a learning curve, and everyone experienced that learning curve, which is why longtime FPS gamers are now at a certain kind of baseline skill level that's rather high, but there aren't any contemporary kind of what you would call entry-level FPS experiences. So is that what we're lacking more so than, or maybe just a curriculum of, here are the historical games that you should play to get up?
I don't think you can go back though. But I think that's sort of what Simon is trying to tell us here, that we shouldn't look at like the status right now, because that might be very sort of temporary and passing. We should think more about where we want things to get, and sort of project ideas into that future rather than looking backwards. Yes.
Yeah, kind of along those lines. This is kind of a question, but also kind of just I wish this would happen. Part of it is like, I feel like when you're talking about gamers or serious gamers or whatever, like there are lots of assumptions about that in particular, and I think it would be interesting to see the second player being used as a way to kind of push against those, because like I suck at aiming generally. Like my fine motion control is not that great, especially in games. So I don't play a lot of first-person shooters, but I am a pretty serious gamer when it comes down to it. I've been one for my whole life. So if I prefer to play like a medic in Team Fortress 2 or something that I don't have to aim for, that doesn't make me like, I don't know. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I would be fine with playing that character in Borderlands 2 where like the bullets get moved around, because I need that to be able to play. And to kind of like even more so, rather than like adding a handicap to push that player to be as good a first-person shooter as that other person, but just kind of going beyond and actually really breaking down skills. Like I'm just thinking when I would play like TIE Fighter or X-Wing with my dad on the computer. So we had a joystick and the keyboard, and all of like the commands were on the keyboard, and all of the flight controls were on the joystick. So
Yeah.
my dad would do the joystick,
Yeah.
and I would do
Yeah.
the keyboard. And this was like, I mean, it was completely like separate kind of roles, but we
Yeah.
were both playing the game together,
Yeah.
even though it was made
Yeah.
not for one person. Like,
Yeah, no, I think part of the process of getting where we sort of want to get
yeah.
will have to be unpacking this gamer with capital letters, and there's so much, I think, gatekeeping going on in games journalism, for instance, where people are really scared to let others in who aren't like themselves, and feeling that time is running away from them or something is happening that's very scary with casual game consoles and with Facebook games and with portable game experiences, and all these kinds of things seem to be threatening to that class of gamers, and that works as a hindrance to have that development, I think. So yeah, I completely agree. It's maybe not even thinking so much about what should we do about the female gamer, what should we do about player one, because player one is not a natural species. It is a historical idea that we can question and that we can change as well, I think. Okay, thank you. Thanks.
All right, thank you so much. We're gonna switch to this absolutely bizarre mode of Halo right now. For those who are assuming that it still works. I gave your thumb drive back, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure.
So this is a peculiar. No, that's just the controls being turned off. You just need to hit the X button. Halo. I think back to that question earlier about the simplified like game that's familiar for newbies. I think Halo kind of had that role for console shooters. You know, there was a pretty big gap between sort of Nintendo 64 type of GoldenEye and Rare shooters and what you saw on the original Xbox, which was the first Halo, the launch title for the very first Xbox. In a ways, it's kind of weird because it's not just a transplantation of like first-person shooter controls, but also Mac game designs, because Bungie was originally a Mac developer. Yeah. And so, you know, the way how story operates in the original Halo is quite different from something that, say, Half-Life, you know, or a more competitive game like Quake. But it had its own competitive aesthetic as well. Now, Halo always had a cooperative mode as well as competitive modes. 4-player competitive was a fairly standard split screen thing. You can divide the screen into 4 and you just have 1/4 of screen space. But cooperative always used to be a 2-player affair. You never used to have 4 people being able to play cooperative simultaneously, at least in the way of having 2 split of playing through a campaign. Now you can have 4 people playing on 2 Xboxes, which is what we've got set up today. Each one of them is going to occupy half either the top half or the bottom half of the screen. So I'm going to need 2 more volunteers to play with it.
Can I be the girlfriend?
You know what?
I think it's fourth time.
I suck at Halo. After
After
explaining to
you've given
everyone
us your
how
disclaimer.
Although I might be close enough to actually be able to do this.
To know who's going to have the up control, the up screen or the down screen, or even how we even get all this stuff started. But you know, we're gonna give it a shot.
Does this work like the first Halo that you respawn
Yes.
as long as someone's alive?
So we must play legendary because anything else will be too much of a cakewalk, I think.
No. No.
Been doing this.
So
for
remember,
about
if anyone
5
dies, everyone else keeps playing, and then you respawn.
Yeah,
so
but legendary is not. No.
Other
You'll be
game
fine.
labs.
I thought we're all real gamers.
Yeah. Don't worry your
This is
pretty little
exactly what
head.
I'm talking about.
So should we
Okay, the real
so
game.
should I
I wanna play
step the
YouTube.
difficulty down, or we
Yes.
just gonna go for it?
Start on legendary. and
No,
see
no,
how it
one
goes.
step down. It's still super
So
hard.
heroic was really easy with 2 people,
Okay.
and there's no scaling.
Being American,
no
go for it.
It's the same level of difficulty no matter what. So it's like,
Let's just try it.
Let's
That's
do
the
it.
problem. Let's just fail, but fail good.
all right.
We are all girlfriends.
We're relying on you. I don't remember the controls.
I
Maybe it'll try and teach us.
I have not played Halo.
Oh, and the one particular rule is that there are quick time events in this game where like people have to react quickly to controllers. You have to. That's always going to be player 1. I suspect that's going to be player 1 on, but we don't know which player 1.
I think it's Gambit.
So
It's probably.
it's going okay. So you're gonna have to grab half of the controllers. If it happens to have, if something needs to be hit on the right side of the controller, then it should have to hit it.
Wait, what?
You're gonna have to hit the quick time events on the right side of this controller because
Oh, is
it's
that
not
how we're
going.
doing it?
Apparently so.
Wait, so I
So you like literally reach over and hit the button?
Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's not real 2-player. Otherwise, it's just 1 player getting all the quick time events.
Are you sure about that?
We promise our viewers this.
Can we turn this one down a bit?
Oh, yeah.
Volume.
Volumes on this.
Thanks.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Maybe you can. Well, this is gonna lock us again, but maybe with your phone you can take pictures of them when they do that or
Okay,
silence.
so I'm gonna reach over and press them on that.
Orange circles.
Circles.
Bad.
That's At the end of the last Halo, Master Chief said, "Wake me up when you need me."
Should you say Halo? Did you should press that?
I need you here.
Wake up, Chief. I need you.
Game's been read.
We've been out for a while.
Where are we?
We're still adrift on the dawn.
There's a lot of.
Why did you wake me?
Hang on. Bringing your systems online now. I rewrote your key firmware while you were out.
You've been busy.
Activating the 6 gravity generator. Chief, look up. You need to pull the manual release.
Look up.
Oh, do I have to do this now?
Sure.
Seems like old times.
Ready to get back to work?
I thought you never asked. We've got intrusion alerts lighting up on multiple decks. Our best bet to figure out who's boarding us is the observation deck, 4 floors up.
I like how
Rescue team.
Cortana doesn't really acknowledge the fact that there's another 3 of us just running around.
Intrusion alert. Weapon system online. Gravity controls online.
How about the ship propulsion?
Ship
Don't mess with that.
What about the hull integrity?
Valve.
Oh, there's a problem with the hull integrity.
Light support.
Guys, I'm doing science stuff. I don't know what's wrong aside from like all this integrity. It's up here.
How long was I out?
4 years, 7 months, 10 days.
Somebody should have found us by now.
I doubt it.
What's now?
Sensor scan, high intensity. Doesn't match any known patterns.
How close are we to the observation
I
deck?
think the problem is the exclamation.
It's directly above us. The elevator doors look sealed tight. Chief, be careful! This elevator might have lost pressure.
Every time this happens,
Hold it down.
Chief, watch out! Realize the ship had deteriorated so badly.
I thought we had a truce with the cover.
A lot can happen in 4 years. Either way, he's probably not alone. We should be careful.
You know, it never explains what's wrong with that.
There was only what's that?
Hey, we have a... What? No, but what about one guy? I was negotiating with the state sales.
That's the last of them. Find the override for the blast shield so we can see what we're up against.
There's gonna be an override around here somewhere. There's override. We're looking for the pink with the blue. Oh, it's
We're looking for the system to detect it.
Oh, right.
upstairs.
Huge blue thing.
The good news is these Covenant aren't outfitted like standard military. It's possible we just came across a rogue salvage ship.
I'd say
Or
that's
we might have stumbled into some Covenant fleet.
Maybe they haven't recognized us.
That's one possibility. Landing crabs flanking us!
eliminate one.
We've got bigger problems. We've got a cruiser on an intercept course. Head for the elevator banks.
Let's head for the elevator back.
Didn't the system say we still have weapon systems on board?
I've noted that as important.
Yes, but since the ship was torn in half, we can't access the weapon stations. We'll have to fire them manually from the outer hull.
Where is she? Let's hit the objectives.
We didn't wait for
Guys! Wait, no! Oh, thank God.
We're happy ending anyway.
It's time for
That's the
the
teleporter thing, it's really
So wait, you can or cannot shoot each other?
No, well, you
Have
can.
you tried?
Oh, God!
Why did you do that?
Oh, is this the survival horror?
Well, not that far.
It's moving me.
I would play that. Because you know best. In all fairness,
That cruiser's shields are down. Assuming they don't raise them, that missile's gonna be one heck of a surprise.
Oh, wait. Which?
I have no
What happened? Did they fire the missile?
we're waiting for it.
We're firing a missile? Alright.
Can you share ammo with each other?
I didn't pick up a gun.
I was unwise.
Open again.
Open again!
Hey.
There's no unit down sights.
Oh yeah, aim down sights is through grenade.
It's just right.
Yeah.
gonna pick that
Right stick press is aim down.
Yeah.
And
These covenants seem more
press
fanatical.
is fun.
Which shoulder is I got me.
Nice work, team.
I'm really shocked at this
Wait, where do we need to go? I guess we're going through. Oh my gosh! There's a
Alvar,
whole extra part of the ship back here.
We're just about there.
Oh, I don't mind that.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-oh. I remember this bit being open.
Oh, you play? But
Let's go through this. On to the next combating field.
guys.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
Ow! Wait, do that
You
again?
started
Behind me.
burning electricity.
You have
That's
clear left,
awesome.
leave your left out of the airbox.
Auxiliary stations to
So
our
have to
left.
plan the launch for ignition.
Okay.
Cortana,
Now, just get to the launch station.
Has he noticed that?
I'm sorry, did I miss orbiting a forerunner planet at some point?
one thing at a time.
Chief, you need to find the missile controls.
I got the sound of this. Okay.
Cortana.
Nothing. Just get to the launch station. I'm sorry. Did I miss orbiting a forwarder planet at some point?
One thing at a time.
Chief, you need to find the missile controls.
I don't think you should go first.
Your top speed.
Sorry, that was my fault.
There are a lot of guys coming up with us. I think I very hopefully shot for 10. Not coordinating. It's to the right. Overlock pressure.
Stay alive.
That's very well.
Cortana.
Nothing. Just get to the launch station. I'm sorry. Did I miss orbiting a forwarder planet at some point?
One thing at a time.
Chief, you need to find the missile controls.
Again, it's time. He hasn't beat out of range, so. Run out of ammo. Get strangers. Is there crouch?
Yeah, I was trying left stick too. Which is
I think left stick is
Right? That's not really it's
Kill the guy.
Launch initiated! Great! The blast jammed! The missile won't fire until it's cleared! Get down there! We did it! Get back!
Covenant were the ones scanning us.
So, now can we worry about the giant metal planet? He's using a gravity well to pull us inside the surface! We've gotta hurry! The second we cross the dome's event horizon, its atmosphere is going to tear us apart!
Yeah, disagreement. That's huge giant.
Aft vehicle A! I'm tagging to closest airlock. Go! All but one of the ground generators just went dark!
Just keep pointed at vehicle bay.
We're almost there! Chief! Hold on! We're caught in the gravity well!
Did you track the escape pods?
Negative! Look out!
Now we can start playing the game.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was it.
That was it. That's the closing credits.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Who gets those achievements?
Everybody.
Everybody, I think.
Yeah.
Good work,
America
team.
does.
They should put us in a battle arena like in Castle Crashers.
Yeah. Exactly. Fight for Cortana.
My impression of that was somehow less satisfying than usual.
The 4 people.
Yeah, I was concentrating more on like the group the team like gameplay dynamics and
Yeah.
less on the cool scripted stuff that was going on.
But so experientially though, did it feel like you guys were collaborating? Because from the outside, it was not apparent.
It didn't really feel that way.
Maybe it was at a gamic level, so I couldn't.
Actually,
I mean, do you count like following where people are going?
Yeah,
Collaborating?
sure.
Because it was
Yeah.
definitely like when somebody looked like they knew where they were going.
So the actions.
You
were
have to a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
Actually, I find that's kind of true.
No, right.
That's kind of true of a lot of these sorts of first-person shooter games where the co-op is tacked on as an afterthought.
Yeah.
You know? Where you never feel.
Where are we?
Well, like whenever you
Checking
consider,
coordinate
okay,
impact
in
data.
this interesting situation, what would I to do? And the answer is like exactly what you would do
I'm
if you were
sorry.
just by yourself.
Right.
Crash. I'm
Most
fine.
of the time, right?
Something was wrong even before we left the dawn.
Chief,
Yeah.
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
As someone who played soccer for years.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's
Yeah.
Cortana.
Were you mentioning Gears before? Because Gears is an interesting
I was put into
like
service
counter
8 years
example of
ago.
this, where when you play it
8
cooperatively,
years.
there are specific like different things which happen in the
AIs
campaign
deteriorate
where
after
it's
7,
asymmetric,
Chief.
Right.
and like one person clearly has one role and another person
Yeah.
clearly has another role, and
Halsey.
now you need to collaborate
Chief.
together in order to
Yeah.
do
We
it.
need to find Halsey.
Chief, please.
She made
The
you.
other person goes in.
She can fix you.
Yeah.
I won't recover from rampancy, Chief.
But also,
If we can just get back to Earth and find Halsey, she can fix this.
Counter-Strike is really requires you to talk to
Don't.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Girls
a
promise you can't keep.
I mean, if we were better at coordinating,
We need to
we'd
move.
be better at this game.
especially in that giant floor where you're all done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
could have been some flanking and stuff going on there.
Doesn't look like the Covenant fared much better than we did.
How many ships made it through the roof?
Plenty. Why?
We still need a ride home.
I actually need to head out soon.
Oh, let's take.
I'll put it here.
I don't want to sit in that, but can we switch? We can play on that.
So, I'm with your some space team.
Alright. We're also going to heading on to
I'm wondering.
He was running down the road. What am I doing now?
You're working as a team.
There's a crevice we can use to get through the rocks over there. See the waypoint on your HUD.
That's another thing about the co-op experience in a game like this, is that often it makes it like, even less coherent than it would be as a single player experience. Because like
I'm picking up a faint
often there are
transmission
like
on the
very
HUD
carefully
end.
scripted events which
Come
happen
in.
inside of the game world
I don't
that
think
you
so.
as the player,
The pattern's
single
different.
player, are meant to witness.
I'll try to
So that you
triangulate
then
position.
understand what's happening with the
Yeah.
plot progression. But you can stagger seeing those things with your friend, right? Who sees some of them and you see some of them and like
Yeah.
independently they make no sense,
Yeah.
but together they would have a consistent narrative. So
Has any-
and that happened a lot when I played this.
In the right, yeah, exactly. Super
Has anybody
interesting.
solved this? Is there a title that doesn't
Doesn't this
Work
like
hogs.
grab the
Still in
camera?
one piece.
Yeah.
Nice to see your luck is holding
I
out.
make it such that, like, as long as someone sees it, it's like the idea is that these things are inexplicable. That's the idea. Imagine, like, post-sleeping, right? If you think about it, like, what did you see?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, guys!
You're gonna get on the other side. Yeah.
I was pushing it.
Hilarious. How do you get out of it?
I gotta hold it.
Yay! Now it's
about my condition, I didn't want to mention it, seeing as how it's a complete long shot, but since you brought it up, it is possible that getting home could help me find a solution for my rampancy.
How?
Well, as far as I know, I'm the only AI ever generated from living tissue, a clone of Dr. Halsey, to be precise. It may be possible to recompile my neural net by replicating those same conditions. But that means getting back to Halsey soon.
You have to chop off the brain to do that. I mean, what have you been left behind?
No, she's in the locker.
I didn't know that you
I don't know why we're 3 and 1.
I'm actually disappointed in it.
Okay, I'm getting a little seasick.
Apparently not.
Yeah, actually, we. Oh my god.
So I just
I got your own foot. Okay. Luckily, there's a warthog right there.
No,
Oh, is there?
and it's down to a kill.
Where?
Let's just play Tip the Warthog.
Chuck down.
This vehicle does not seem to be designed to units.
So, and now, are we now really leaving one
Up
on
on
the
top of
side?
the vehicle.
No,
Gun
shoot
on
it.
top.
Think about 4-player 4.
There you go.
You're in?
Consider
Yep.
how much it
Alright.
It's surfing. That was the exact same.
Somebody else want to try and drive? Because I ain't flying.
Co-op car accident.
Oh, yeah.
Experiences are definitely better with Yeah, we were getting confused. Like when we were lost in the room, there was it triggered a line after like 300 people's like,
Take that.
Chief, I'm hearing that strange signal again. Stronger this time.
Do you think there's something to it?
I'm curious more than anything. His behavior is odd.
Alright,
Oh, they're hostile!
the driver's dead. Somebody needs to drive that car. Nice. Guys, doing madness.
Oh, I mean,
Stay alive, stay alive.
Yeah, he was like holding on to the side and then it crushed him. Wait, where is
Hostiles!
Alright, everybody, have a good weekend.
see you.
just like that. Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can also switch weapons by pressing Y.
I still have to.
That happens when you jump.
You're running next to it. You gotta have two of the same thing. For some reason, my last week was like that. I really wanted to have the same thing.
Well, I can't get up.
Maybe scary.
Chief, several patrols just reported in outside that structure over the ridge. It's possible they're onto something.
Yes. Is it possible? It's also particularly great for.
No, I want to be a sniper stay behind.
Right there, but you guys can drive. That is a sniper.
I like how
Just
enemies go up by the lane between the couches. Yeah. Yeah, he does.
But now we're
You're doing great,
good.
team!
Yeah.
Go get those aliens!
It's only when there's enemies we're not general running around.
Yeah.
Oh no! I will be a turret ran out of that.
Now I only have
If we're going to hijack a ship from these Covenant, we're going to have to find where they're landing first.
You also have
I don't suppose you have
exclusive
a plan
weapons
for
which
that.
can kill one another, so...
We could always ask nicely.
Asking is not my strong suit.
his headshot. They are
Strangely enough, you're stay up in the forecast. Oh yeah.
but that's more
Russian
like
rifle is perfect. The way that the naval works is that it fires out a bunch of shards. They have a bit of a homing property, and then if several of them manage to, except they bounce off shields.
right.
And if several of them manage, they combine together and use
Really
explosion.
don't get right.
That guy, that big green. You guys pushing up. Oh, I wanted another.
Can I have the sword?
Yeah.
That elite dropped his camo module. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
I'll run a soft patch to it from the suit. Never know what might come in handy.
So now I need to
There's that phantom signal again.
Where's the keys?
I heard something that time.
I'm going straight.
You guys are all good.
Oh no, it's.
I wondered when they'd show up.
Oh. Am I supposed to be down here?
Oh, don't go there.
There's like a little bit of a reactor core in the
Chief.
middle.
A console in the back. It's a localized site cartographer. Okay. In service of Forerunner Shield World, designate Requiem.
Requiem. At least we know where we are now.
Yeah.
Let's see if it can tell us what the Covenant are so interested in. Huh.
What happened?
I don't know. It locked up.
I'm not supposed to be down here.
I'm detecting power fluctuations in several locations. I'll put them up for you. Hopefully we can find some way to get this cartographer back online.
I'm getting one of them.
I'm following you.
I'm following you.
It's out on a platform though.
What's it doing?
It's all right. This energy is actually a ferroelectric data field.
Is that the same signal?
Yes. Mayday, mayday, mayday. UNSC AI Cortana to Infinity. Please respond. No response. From the strength of that signal, the Infinity has to be close by. The cartographers will be back online. We may be able to use it to track the ship's location. cartographers! Clear them out!
But everything got you don't see the other bouncing
That's it! Now quick, to the cartographers! The cartographer keeps acting like the transmission is coming from everywhere on the planet.
That's
It's
right.
a lot less nauseating.
Yeah.
You
It
get
doesn't
more
want to
time.
triangulate infinity
I'm
signal.
quite bad at first
Join the
person.
club.
Awesome.
No, you
I got
you
it.
haven't you haven't
Owen's
done
got
it.
your back.
That can't be right.
Yeah.
Scan
I'm
again.
on the screen.
I'm certain
We've already passed through one layer of the planet's surface. It's not
what are the
crazy to think
basics?
that someone else might be inside of
Yeah.
this.
And I didn't know that.
You
Throw
mean
a
the planet's
grenade.
hollow?
So I have to write.
Let me
Yep.
see if I can figure out a way to reach
Yep.
those coordinates that doesn't involve us
Run.
digging over really big
Okay.
holes.
Like this one is Zoom.
Okay.
There's a terminus on the far side of the complex.
Switch weapons.
We can portal to the planet's core from there.
Okay.
What?
I don't know.
If we have a shot at getting you back to infinity, we're taking it.
It is. I know that.
Oh yeah. And punch dudes.
Punch dudes. Okay. What's this shoulder button?
That is use your armor ability. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what project.
The sucker amateur button.
Let's get to that terminus and find infinity.
Yeah. Head into that terminus.
What do you know about infinity?
Not much. She was supposed to be massive, but the project was only in prototype when we left.
Oh wait, the vernal bit is going down.
Covenant net's going crazy. They're ordering all units to converge on the tower.
I guess we got their attention.
Whoa. How did I... Where did this...
How did we get here? What's going on? Anybody have like a long-range weapon?
I have my pistol. I have plans for the future.
Yeah. And I have
Ghost up there.
Yeah. Dang it. We did Hunter.
Christmas for us.
We're about to have our hands full. The elite just issued a general order. They're moving all ground teams to secure the tower entrance above us.
Where are you, Tan? Ow.
That's not how I see it.
The Sentinels are trying to keep the Covenant out. While you were busy, I managed to clear up another transmission from Infinity.
Oh, I've just been murdering giant monsters, so good work on your math problem.
Sounded like he said artifact.
I wonder if it's related to whatever the Covenant are after.
Where's the terminus?
The map placed it at the top of the tower.
Come this way, dear.
No, I'm jumping.
Oh yeah, that's my map.
This is not a whole couch.
No.
So is one of us Master Chief, theoretically?
I think first player. And
Yeah.
Master,
this is
Master
the-
Chief is
It's the masters.
rank? We could all be Master Chiefs. One of us is John 117. I
According
think
to
that
the
was the idea the
cathedral,
first
this
time.
terminus is just one node of a larger transit grid that spans the entire planet.
What?
When I tried to access the outlet closest to Infinity's transmissions, the system responded with this.
What is it?
That's the kicker. It's the Forerunner symbol for Reclaimer.
Humanity. That's got to be Infinity. Can you get us to those coordinates?
This makes no sense.
Let me try to open a portal.
Cortana.
I'm picking up unknown energy signatures.
Where?
This can't be right.
Set a waypoint out of the tower. Cortana?
How did... Quick! Into the portal! Chief, go!
This wasn't a press X to not die moment.
For what?
For a dream.
not like I remember that movie. Way more shooting.
What were those things?
Some sort of advanced defense AIs. Related to the Sentinels, I'm guessing, but it's hard to say without a closer look. Come on, let's figure out where that transit system dumped us.
Where's Infinity?
This is Requiem's core, all right. But Infinity is definitely not here. That satellite in the center is amplifying the ship's broadcasts like a relay.
Oh, Infinity.
Maybe we could use it to respond.
Infinity is the human
Perhaps.
we're trying to get in contact with.
Those beams coming off it are creating the interference we've been experiencing. We'd have to take them out to contact Infinity.
Can you get us there?
Opening a gate to the first beam pylon. Pull me, and let's go.
Alright, I have to.
Okay.
Back in.
I think we should get to the point where we meet the Prometheans and then forwards.
Okay.
Alright, good luck.
This is the first pylon.
Negative. This is as close as I could get us.
Is that like...
Hope you don't mind hoofing it a little.
No, it's like...
To what? 2 minutes? Did you say?
Minutes.
Contacts!
Ah!
That was me. Sorry.
And they're back! Coming down the wall!
Those weren't the same things we saw in the
The other
terminals.
thing about Halo is
Similar cortical footprint as the
all
tower
of the
AIs.
spaces. in
They're
Halo
connected,
are
all right.
made for super players to run around.
Yeah.
So you get into each other's way all
Yeah.
the time. The scale's kind of wrong.
We should make a game for
There is one. Yeah, so Spartanox is specifically being played appropriately. DLC.
Similar phasing activity at the edge of our sensors. We're about to get busy.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
I've discovered something interesting about our new friends. When the big ones explode, that momentary flash we're seeing is actually a data purge.
Can you tap into it?
So far, I've pulled multiple strings referring to the big ones as Promethean Knights. Beyond that, though, things get a bit dense.
Thing when they disappear, Not too
The relay interference is increasing. You must be getting close to the pylon. That's me.
That's enough of that.
Yeah, I just want
Something about moving through those portals is increasing the load on my system.
Are you gonna be alright?
Hold off ramping for this one. That's the target, but it looks like the entrance. Let's figure out how to take it down.
okay.
This is a reasonable point. Cool.
Yeah.
And it's
Alright.
6 o'clock.
Let's turn off the stream.
That was pretty loud.
Where is it? Broadcast. And then press record.